You are listening to Joyce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, family, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Royce Live Worldwide on Positive Power, XXI, Christian Media. We apologize. We're running a little bit late, well, a whole lot late, but we're going to be all right. God is good. We had to reboot the system twice. Yeah, servers weren't cooperating, but God prevailed. We're back up and running, Christian Media. And real quick, everybody, don't forget about our sponsors, Danet Watson, DANET Watson.com, our weight loss guru, life coach, trying to lose 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds. Check out DanetWatson.com. All right. No, also don't forget about Instrumental by Ree is out. You can get on Amazon. It's right in the middle of it. Broken, just to name a few. All right, tonight on our show, we got two wonderful guests. We got Tina Coleman, awardee, and we got Pastor KEITHRON POWELL from IGARAA. So he's been here to talk about a number of his projects. He's coming up around 10 o'clock, so bear with us. We're running a little bit late, but it's all good. We don't got nowhere to go. We're right here in the studio, chilling. And tonight, my co-hosts, Joyce the Faith Walker White and Shay Samuels, gospel award-winning artist. She's here with us, both from down in Georgia, Atlanta area. So we're going to be all right. All right? So we're going to talk some music and some business tonight. So hold tight, everybody, and we appreciate you guys. So let's get our prayers on. Father, please help us to rest in your happiness. Allow a smile to linger on our lips, to dwell within a wonderful, wonderful memory, to walk back through sunlit places. Please help us to wake with hope, to engage in life with all its variety, to take in the beauty of others' joys, to touch the soul of those we have met with thankfulness. Please help us to sing with faith, to carry the truth close to our heart, to rejoice in a new life, and to have peace as we age. Please help us to indulge in love, to breathe in the sweetness of intimacy, to taste the kindness of friendship, to feel the warmth of embrace. Please help us not to miss a single drop of heaven, to catch each moment and drink in the great joy of life. Amen, y'all. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Welcome to Positive Power, XXI, and Music Vision Television. That's right, our new venture. That's right, sounding good. All right, y'all, let's get this show on the road. And we definitely want to thank everybody for joining us, and we welcome you all to Positive Power, Christian Media. And you're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Late Night Radio with Joyce the Faith Walker White and Shay Samuels. Can you feel the power? All right, y'all, let's get it on. Tell them, Robot.
You are listening to Joyce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, I don't have all my windows up, but we got enough windows. Let's just say hi to my co-host, and we're gonna bring Miss Coleman so we can stay on task. So what's up, ladies? How you doing? What's up, Faith Walker? What's up, Shay?
I'm good.
You good? Thank you for your patience, Joyce.
I'm good.
I thought you was gonna panic and keep texting me, but you was hanging in there.
No, I mean, because I couldn't hear anything, and I was like, I hope he doesn't unmute me because I can't hear a thing.
No, I wasn't up and running yet. Still reboot. I had to reboot it twice. It was running slow yesterday, and then when I came down here, I had like 6 minutes. I said, "Oh, let me reboot it real quick." But you know me trying to be all fast, I keep forgetting it's not a Mac, and I tried to reboot it while all the windows, everything were open. I had like 20 windows open, so they all try to come up at the same time, and that's what happened. Right, Shay? Shay know a little bit about computers. That happens, when you have no patience. I ain't feel like closing. I do that at work too. I just go ahead and reboot it. Don't close the windows out. So anyway, we get to go. Shay, you in there, Shay? Can you hear us? Because I just finished talking to her a second ago. All right, maybe Shay took a break. Or maybe she dropped. Shay probably dropped. Because that's my line that I'm looking at. Oh, you know what? Shay is on mute. My bad.
All right, Shay.
I thought Shay was at the bottom. What's up, Shay? Can you hear me now? Shay. Well, she'll come
Crickets.
back. Yeah, I see her. Well, she's on my line, so it is open. Maybe she dropped again. I told her about that T-Mobile. All right, what's up, Miss Coleman? Welcome to Positive Power Double XI. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for your patience.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. I forgot you was calling us from California, so you probably waiting to have dinner. It's 6:30 out there. My bad.
I'm actually going to be going to a meeting, but it's okay. We have a little bit of time.
All right, cool. Now, we've been playing your music all week long. Some of the other podcasts has been playing your music. People really love your music. And before we get started, we just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who is Tina Coleman? Who's this young lady?
Well, first of all, let me just say thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And honor and a blessing to whenever I'm given the opportunity to share my music and someone is willing to share my music with the world, I count it a blessing. So I want to tell you thank you.
You're welcome.
And, just keep doing what you do. But as far as who I am, I'm just me. I'm just Tina Coleman. No big to do. I'm just me, and I just believe in doing what God has called me to do, and that's to minister to His people through music and through words. I'm a minister. I've been singing since the age of 5. I would sing with my mom in the kitchen, as she's preparing meals, and we would listen to, I call them the old but great, like James Cleveland and, people like that. I'm drawing a blank on names, but the old artists and people like that. And so my dad is a preacher, and a lot of times as I got older, my dad would call on me to sing the sermonic solo before him, before he would speak, and it just became a thing. And as time had gone on, I'm making a long story short. It was prophesied to me by three preachers who had no knowledge of each other. And each one of them told me, they said, "You're a singer." And one happened to be Shirley Caesar's sister. And she told me that you're a singer. She said, "Keep your bags packed." And she said, "You'll be singing the nation." So at that time, I had no desire or even had in my mind to record or to do anything like that. I just enjoy singing to the glory and honor of God. And whenever there was a door open, then that's what I would do. I would go and I would just sing. I just enjoyed singing, have my entire life. And as a result, I was able to go ahead and put together my first project, of which God blessed, because I had no knowledge or I didn't even know how to go about it. But God provided the information and the people, and He just blessed in that way. And I just been singing God's praises everywhere I go, different churches, conferences. I've done a showcase for the likes of Dorinda Clark Cole. She asked me to come and do a personal showcase for her. I want to say back in 2002. And it's just been a blessing. It's just been an all-around blessing for me. And I just love singing to the glory and honor of God and ministering to His people.
That sounds good. That was beautiful. We loved that presentation. All right. Now we're joined by, I think we're joined by Shay Samuel. I think she's back now. You back, Shay?
Yeah, I'm here. I was here and I couldn't hear anything at all. So I'm here and I'm happy to be with you both.
Amen. All right. So I'll tell you what, since we can hear you now, you can go ahead and start your questions for Miss Tina.
All right. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I actually got a chance to go through your page, and I love your energy. I did see that you were nominated this year for the Rhythm of Gospel Award, so congratulations.
Oh, no, not this year. I've already... I was nominated in 2015, of which I actually won 3 awards.
Wow.
I was nominated for
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was nominated for 4, and I actually won 3.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, congratulations. That was my question. Tell us a little bit about what that felt like, how you got nominated, and what life was like after the nomination, after your award.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I had someone actually submitted my name and my music, and for nomination, they put my name in, and I guess they listened and they enjoyed it. And the next thing you know, I received a letter stating that I was nominated, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Just a total shock. And then when I saw that I was nominated in 4 categories, I was really, really in a state of shock. I couldn't believe it. It was just awesome. It was beautiful, just totally amazing. And, I just put the word out and, asked my family, my church family, my friends, even when I would go out to different events, just ask people, just get in there and just vote for me. If you enjoy my music, just get in there and vote. Ask them to ask their family, their friends, just as many as I could get to get on board. And I'll never forget, I had my assistant with me at the time at the awards, and I had just gone up to my room before the award show started that night. I'd gone up to get dressed so I can come down for the awards. And by the time I walked in the door, she and we walked in the door, they called my name and said that I won. For the very first category, I was like, oh, my God, I literally had just walked in the door.
Wow.
And I was not prepared with a speech or anything. I had no idea what I was going to say. It just kind of flowed. and so I went up and, with tears in my eyes, and I don't even remember what I said. I was nervous and happy at the same time and, in shock. So then I went back to my seat, and then the next time I needed to go to the ladies' room. I went in the ladies' room, I came back, and the minute I sat down in my chair, they called my name again for the next category.
Wow.
So it just happened that way. And then for the third one, I was actually at a breakfast that was going on, there was a breakfast going on, so I was there. And as I came back to the hotel, as I was going to my room, they said, the presenter said, we were looking for you. I said, you were looking for me? They was like, yeah, we called your name like about an hour ago. You won. Wow. I was like, what?
Wow.
So it was just pretty amazing, and it was beautiful, and I tell you, it was life-changing for me. It's just been doors opening for me everywhere, and I was interviewed by a few radio stations that were there. They wanted to know my story as well, and how did I get started, and things like that. So like I said, I had nothing prepared. Mm-hmm. I had no speech prepared at all. To be honest, I was just excited to have been nominated. And I think that's what my mind and my focus was on. I was like, wow, I'm nominated in 4 categories. And I just felt so good, and I was so thankful just for the nomination. And,
wow.
Amen.
Amen. 3 of them.
Amen. I remember. So I was actually nominated and won the Female Vocalist of the Year for the Gospel Choice Award for 2017 here in Atlanta, and I wasn't expecting to win. Let's just say that. So I was like you. I didn't know that I was going to win. And so when they called my name, I was actually just showing the video to show that I was top 3 in this category. So when they called my name, I had no speech ready. And my daughter, she warned me beforehand. She said, do you have a speech? And I'm like, I'm up against people who they've been doing this now for 3 years or more. I've seen their names on the nomination list for the last 3 years. So yeah. I would just be happy to even be invited. So when they called my name, and it was so funny because Fashawn Mitchell won the Male Vocalist of the Year, and he was like standing right in front of me. And so my mom said, if you don't know what else to do what you do best, sing. So when I got up there, I had no speech, and I was in awe. I said, wow. And then I said, I really don't know what else to say, and I ended up saying, we won! it, and I just sang it, and everyone laughed. And so yes, I can relate to not knowing what to say, getting up there, but I will be prepared next year, and I hope to see you at the award shows really soon.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, Joyce, you have a question for our guest?
Of course.
Amen.
I want to know, what is there a certain ritual, or what do you do when you're getting ready to prepare to sing and minister in music?
Oh, my goodness. I wouldn't call it a ritual, but what I do is I like to make sure that I'm in tune with God. I like to hear from Him and to just be in the state of just calm and peace. So what I do is I pray. I like to just kind of have a little alone time where I'm just able to relax and I can really tune into Him and hear His voice, where He can prepare me as far as what it is that He would have me to minister or to sing. And because I want to make sure that whenever I'm ministering in song or in word, that whatever I'm giving to the people is what He's given me and how to give it to them. I want Him to be pleased with everything that I say and do. And I want to see God's people touched. I want to see God's people blessed, uplifted, encouraged, and inspired. That's the way that I handle that. So I don't like to have a lot of folly and playing around and, things like that. I'm just really in tune and focused when it comes down to ministry.
Yeah, amen.
Awesome.
All right. Got to stay focused. But it sounds like you're having a wonderful, wonderful career so far. And what we're going to do, we're going to play your song. We come back, we want, just tell us a little bit about how you got started. And since we ran a little late, we're going to we're going to interview you until like 10 after. So, take your time. All right. So this one right here is called, who was that? That was you, Miss Tina?
You're good.
Okay, good. Now this one is a favorite of everyone's. This one's called "Trusting God." I've been hearing this on other people's podcasts too. All right, by Tina Coleman, wow. "Trusting God." Here we go.
On my knees I pray, Lord, please make a way. Oh Lord, Satan's on the attack. He's trying hard to turn us back. Oh Lord, I won't go back, no trials always seem to come my way. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day, yeah. Though trials always seem to come my way, I'm gonna smile anyway, yeah. So hold your head up high, always looking to the sky. No need to be in despair. God is right there. Trust in God and never doubt. He will surely bring you out. God is all we need. Let Him set you free. Hold your head up high, always looking to the sky. No need to be in despair. God is right there. Trust in God and never doubt. He will surely bring you out. God is all we need. Let Him set you free. On my knees I pray, Lord, please make a way. Lord, please make a way. Oh Lord, Satan's on the attack. He's trying hard to turn us back. Lord, oh Lord, I won't go back, no trials always seem to come my way. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day, yeah. No trials always seem to come my way. Smile. I'm gonna smile anyway, yeah. Hold your head up high. Always looking to the sky. Looking to the sky. No need. God is right there. him set you free. Just trust in God. Hold your head up. Hold your head up high. Always looking to the sky. No need to be in despair. God's right there. Trust in God and never down. He will surely bring you out. God is all we need. Let him set you free. Hold your head up high. Always looking to the sky. No need to be in despair. God is right there. Trust in God and never down. He will surely bring you out. God is all we need. Let him set you free. Hey, let him set you free. Just trust in God. God is all we need. Hey, let him set you free. Just trust in God. Oh.
Hi, this is Rock Life with Zion Jones, listening to Positive Power Double XI Christian Radio on Speaker Radio and Facebook Live.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, we just finished hearing a beautiful song by Tina Coleman called Trust in God. That is an all-time favorite. That's why she walked away with three Rhythm ROGs awards. That's right, 3 of them. Beautiful awards, too. So, real quick reminder, everybody, don't forget, tomorrow night we will not be on the air with the Paula G show. That's right, The Quiet Storm with me and Paula G and Chanel. That's right, Chanel Lynn. We won't be here. Everybody's taking a little break. There won't be no Next Man Up on Sunday with Dr. Paul Kelly and Batman. We'll be taking a little break. So, we'll be back on Monday with Triple Threat. You know, Triple Threat. That's right. Pamela Zion. You got Pep Talk with Ree. And then you got Late Night Talk Radio with Jarvis Live and Kimmy Kim, the Triple Threat on Monday. That's right. We try to help you get your Mondays going. So don't forget about that. We will be back on Monday. So we're going to take a little bit of time out. Okay? And one other thing, too. Music Vision Television is up and running. Yes, that is a Positive Power venue. That's right. Artists, you got videos you spent all that money for, submit them to us. Email jerryroycelive@gmail.com. You can drop box it to us. Send us your MP4 file. If you don't have it because your manager hasn't gotten back to you, just go ahead and send us the YouTube link. We can get it. Okay? All we need is your permission and we can run it. We'll be running a 24-hour music video channel. And I didn't forget about you, Tina. She probably said, I didn't see my video yet, Jerry. We've actually been running talk shows and some programs that we had for a little while. We got brand new stuff from Mr. Appointed called At Home with Mr. Appointed. We got some new stuff with Dr. Renee Sunday coming. We got some new stuff with Tammy Tubbs coming. So ladies, Monday through Friday, you're going to be getting talk shows. That's right. And they run all day long. We'll get a list together for you so you guys know the times that they be dropping. Okay? But meanwhile, there's going to be music videos playing 24/7 on Music Vision Television. All right? That's a good thing. God is good. You hear that, Shay? Music Vision Television. Get your videos in.
I love it.
Amen.
I love it. Jerry, I'm so proud of you and all that you're doing and everything that God is just depositing and the visions that are coming out of it. I'm happy for you. Proud of you. Not happy for you. I'm part of it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you too for, having confidence in our station and putting yourself on the line, coming in here and letting us experiment with your music. So we're grateful. We really are. All right, so I gotta give Miss Tina Coleman over to the East Coast so we get her in studio. Yeah. So we have.
You gotta wait until that snow goes away.
I know, man. We got California weather. See, they knew she was coming, by air. So we had California weather this week. It's been in the 70s. Yeah, close to the 80s yesterday. Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
thank you,
you
Pastor. Appreciate that. Giving us your weather. Yeah. That's cool. All right. Now we got a guy that's coming up here real special at well, he's gonna be down around 10, but I told him we ran a little bit late. This guy specializes in helping artists, everything, straighten everything out. Make sure you straight when you submit your stuff to radio, when you submit your stuff to TV. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the business side of it, Pastor Coleman. Since you've been in the music industry, I'm not sure how long your professional career has been. So share a little bit about that. How long have you been professional, and have you seen the changes over the last few years with the power of the internet and management? Have you seen anything different lately that's been your advantage? I guess that's what I'm saying. Amen.
Well, actually, I've seen. I could say I've seen both sides. Because, like I stated, I had no knowledge of how the industry really worked before I started, and I didn't start really singing professionally until I'll say 2010, maybe 2010.
Oh, okay.
And but yeah, I've seen a lot of things that I was like really surprised about as far as how the industry works, and to be perfectly honest with you, some of it is who you know.
Right.
The other, and the other part is your music. When I say your music, meaning your the musicians, your sound plays a very, very important part in it these days.
Yeah.
Like someone shared with me that when you're new in the industry, be it in independent artist or a major artist, it's a good idea to just do your research as to what type of music is really kind of popular right now as far as the sound. That's very important. Not to say that you should sound like someone else,
right? Because
we definitely have a lot of people that sound the same, and I know that my vocals and my songs are not like pretty much anyone else's. I know my sound is different.
It is.
And which I'm really thankful to God for, because I don't want to sound like anyone else.
That's right.
I want to have the voice that He gave me. I want to use the tool, this vocal cords for His purpose. So when I sing, I want to make sure that it's under the anointing of God.
That's right.
There are a lot of people that can really sing and can probably sing circles all around me, and do the runs and the riffs and things like that, and which is good. I don't knock anyone for doing that, but our sole purpose should be reaching souls, changing lives, making a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because basically, if that's all you're doing is just singing just to be singing, you're like tinkling brass. You're not changing. There's nothing being changed. Someone's life is being changed. And we're supposed to have this as a gift from God. And if we're using it for our own purposes, who are we really changing? How are we really changing anyone? We're just doing this just on the fly, just going about it day by day, but nobody's being changed. And God is not pleased.
That's right.
He's not pleased.
That's right. You're right about that, because you could be just singing in a nightclub in that case.
Absolutely, you might as well. So, like I said, I've seen a lot, and I'm not saying that everybody is like that. Not speaking in terms of just from the independent side, because as we all know, a lot of artists that were with record labels, they're now moving away from being under the top record labels. They're going independent themselves now because they're seeing how it really works. So you have to be really mindful and prayerful and do your diligence with your research to find out if this particular, whatever record label it is that may want to bring you on, you have to make sure that you're prayed up and you seek God to make sure that this is actually where He would want you to be. Don't just jump at it because you feel like, oh, wow, they can really, this person is working with this person, or they can really take me to the next level. No. Seek God in everything that you do, in every step that you make. And then another thing, don't be in such a hurry. Sometimes we get in a hurry because we want to get to that fame part of it,
That's right.
And that's not what God has for you.
That's right.
Sometimes he may want you to just stay local and just work on the surface. Get those ones that seem to be overlooked.
You made a good point too about sounding like other people. It's kind of remind you a little bit of the NFL. You know, they always say, "Oh, it's a copycat league." One team shows a little success, then everybody's going to be doing the same thing. And you're right. A lot of times, record labels are like that. They say, "Well." And you know, it's funny because we was talking to a publisher and he was kind of telling us kind of the magic on how they move books. You know, if you see like a TD Jakes book is moving really well, like he got Soaring out right now, sometimes they're going to try to match up as closely as possible to that product, you know, just so you can see some success also. So I can kind of see the method to that madness, you know, but like you said, you know, you're anointed with a certain sound. That's what God gifted you with. So, you know, just do you. Not them. All right. I'm gonna see if Shay got another question for. She had a little noise coming out her mic. So you got a question for Pastor?
Was that noise coming from me, Jerry?
Yeah, I saw it in the monitor. Yeah. Remember you?
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I do want to say that I really do appreciate, as an artist, I appreciate what you just said, and it's something that I have been really praying about this week alone. And so I thank God that even though we're here and we're interviewing you, you have an opportunity to bless us as well. So thank you so much for, one, confirmation, but two, blessing me with that word.
Amen.
So what really, I'm going to say who, I like to ask who inspired you to continue to push through, becoming an artist. I know that you knew what type of artist you wanted to be, but like, who inspired you to just continue to push through no matter what the circumstances were, what the battles looked like? Who was your inspiration and why?
I share this testimony every chance I get whenever I'm asked this question, and I'm so glad that you asked. But my inspiration came, to be honest, I was 11 years old, and my mother passed away when I was 11. And during that time, it was a very, very difficult time for me. I just didn't know which way to go, which way to turn, and I would literally pretty much almost stay awake at night. I couldn't sleep. So I would have my radio on, listening to the gospel station, and listening to the voice of Vanessa Bell Armstrong, who is my all-time favorite, and she knows this. But it was her songs like Faith and Peace Be Still, and I'm Going Through. I know these are old songs, but it was her. It was her music that got me through that difficult time. And as the years had gone on, those songs continued to stay with me, and it kept me going. It kept me encouraged. And eventually I began to start singing her song, one of her songs. I would sing Faith pretty much everywhere that I would go. And people, I sang it so much, different ones say, Tina, you always sing that song Faith. You need to learn a different song. You know, and I knew other songs, but it was just that song was ministering to me at the time. No one else knew how I felt or even thought to even ask me, that the question is how I felt or whatever. But it was that song, and I would sing that song often. And I remember saying, telling myself, as the years had gone on, I said, if I ever get an opportunity to meet her face to face, I want to share my testimony with her and let her know how her music truly, truly blessed me and brought me through the toughest moment of my life. And God made it so. God made it possible. I met her, and if I could have been, I was like a kid on Christmas, like just opening it, just know what you're going to get. You know what you ask when you open it and it's there and you're excited. That's how I felt. And I began to just tell her my testimony, and I shared it with her. And she was so sweet and so kind. She reached out and she just hugged me, and she thanked me for sharing my testimony with her and letting her know how her music blessed me, how it encouraged me, and how I'm continuing to sing and minister wherever I go. And I still sing her songs from time to time. Wow. But she has been my inspiration down through the years. And I'll never, ever changed that. I mean, my mother was a great singer, awesome singer. I've met great singers along the way, Dorinda Clark. I can go down the line. But it was her, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, that made the difference in my life. Wow. And I'm thankful to God for her music and for her music ministry.
Mm. You said Regina Bell Armstrong, the R&B singer?
Vanessa Bell Armstrong.
Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa. She's an R&B singer, correct?
No, she's not.
No, she's not? Okay. I thought... Oh, I must got her mixed up with somebody else.
Gospel.
Oh, okay. I guess I got her mixed up with somebody else I was thinking about. Okay. All right. We have one more question coming from Joyce the Faith Walker White. And then we're going to play the song and you can give us your closing remarks. You ready, Joyce?
Yeah. Do you have any upcoming events or performances?
Actually, I do. I will be quote unquote performing or acting, because I do have that in my repertoire as well.
Oh, wow.
I failed to mention I was in Dietrich Hatton's movie, A Beautiful Soul. I was part of his movie, and then I was in a black film called entitled No Weapon Formed Against Us, which was a Christian film.
Independent.
With Tiny Lester. I don't know if you guys know who he is. Tiny Lester, he was in the movie.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, he's in Friday.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Right. So I was in that particular black film. And I was a part of Mary Mary's music video, Walking. So I kind of have that in my little background too. But I'm just bringing it up to the point where we are now. I'm going to be in a stage play. It's actually a gospel comedy drama play that's going to take place on April 27th at the Oxnard Performing Arts Center. And that play is entitled Mixed Nuts. And the title would definitely, I know you're scratching your head, but trust me, it's a play that's going to be out of this world.
Wow.
And one of my songs that's on my project, which is titled Jesus You Care, I'll be acting, and I'll also be featuring that song, Jesus You Care.
All right.
So I'm excited about it. I'm actually in rehearsals now, preparing for it, and we're looking for God to come in and just bless us in a mighty way. And we're going to be going on the road. So
right. East Coast, y'all doing East Coast?
About it.
How far are you guys going to go with the play?
Well, we have a couple of locations, but I'm hoping and praying that we can go to my hometown of Chicago, and we may go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joyce can check it out.
So we got a few places that we're looking to go to. I'll keep you guys posted on that, and let you guys know what's going to be happening.
That's right. Yeah, let us know here. Yeah, that'd be awesome, especially if you come to D.C. That'd be real cool. Then I could check you out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm also working right now on a new single that I'll be coming out with relatively soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well.
Oh, man. All right. You're busy, B. That's the way to be.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good for you. All right. So we ready. We're going to play your song. We come back. We can get your closing remarks. Okay.
All righty.
So this one is called Will You Be Ready? That's a good question for all of us.
No one knows the day, nor the hour, when the Son of Man shall appear. But I want to be ready when Jesus comes. Get your house in order, get your spirit right. I feel the Spirit getting all over me. It brings me joy and sweet victory. Every day I can't help but give Him the praise. Yeah, I feel the Spirit moving all over me. Yeah, yeah. So when brings me joy, sweet victory. Every day I can't help but give you the praise. I feel the Spirit moving all over me. Yeah, yeah. So when I think of all you done for me, can't help but sing praises to the King. Will you be ready when the first trumpet sounds? Will you be ready if he called you right now? I feel the Spirit moving all over me. Yeah, yeah. Can you feel it? Just wave your hand. Shout hallelujah. Shout hallelujah. I feel the Spirit moving all over me. I can't help but praise you, Lord. I can't help but praise you, Lord. I feel the Spirit moving all over me. Help me say,
You are listening to Joyce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, we're talking to Pastor Tina Coleman. All right, we're going to get her final remarks for tonight's show. I really appreciate you joining us from California on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. I was going to say Friday, Thursday evening. So thank you so much for the music and the video. And thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, giving that word. All right, we're ready for your closing remarks.
All right. I just want to share this last little bit with you. You just heard my last song, Will You Be Ready? And that song has such an important message, especially at this day and time that we're dealing with right now, with all these tragedies and, these young people that are killing for no real particular reason. You know, people losing their minds and just, getting stressed out over the smallest things. But the enemy, he's a liar. Mm-hmm. And, as long as we make sure that we are ready, we have to stay in tune to God. If they would just put prayers back in these schools, if people would just return back to the Lord, things can turn around, and things will. Mm-hmm. But we have to make sure that we're ready. We have to be ready. As saints of God, we have to make sure that we're ready. Be in the right place with him, both naturally and spiritually, emotionally. Mm. So that's my prayer, that we just make sure that we're ready when he comes, because he's coming back. Amen. He's coming back. But we just have to make sure that we're ready, because we don't want to be lost. Mm-mm. We don't want to be lost.
That's right. And we appreciate it, Pastor, so much. Thank you again for joining us at Positive Power. Don't be a stranger. Stop in some time and say hi in the queue. We play your music all the time. We appreciate you. And keep doing what you're doing. And definitely let us know when the play is on the road, so we can let our listeners know that you in Chicago, D.C., and Atlanta. Right?
Amen. I sure will. All
right, thank you.
And I'll be doing it. I'll let you know that I'm on.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, and we love you. Take care of yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Tina Coleman. You can get her music. I believe her music is on Amazon. Is it on Amazon, Pastor? You still there? Can they get your music on Amazon, or you have it on a website somewhere?
It's on Amazon, iTunes, it's in all the digital outlets. Okay. You can find it anywhere.
Amen. I'll make sure everybody get a copy of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Pastor KEITHRON Powell coming up. A lot of you guys been following him, checking out his videos. He's been giving a lot of advice on how to move product, how to establish yourself as a prime artist. So we're gonna talk to him in a second. He just sent me some music, and I'm not gonna open it up now. I'm gonna find out what's going on in his neck of the woods, and then we're gonna play his music when he's ready to cue us up. Pastor KEITHRON Powell, IGARAA, CEO. What's going on, sir? Welcome to Positive Power.
What's going on? What's going on, Jerry, with the man Royce?
I'm awesome, sir. I was so tempted to push that button. I wanted to hear that one called Crucify Him. I was ready to push it, but I said,
"Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it. We got to talk about it. You can't push that.
Yeah.
Well, you can play it, but I don't want everybody here till we talk about it. Man. You're gonna love it.
We gotta talk about it. All right, we're joined by Shay Samuels and Faith Walker, Joyce White. They on the line also. So say hi, ladies.
How y'all doing?
Good. Hello. How are you?
All right. So,
I'm good.
So Pastor is calling us from Jacksonville, Florida. You still living in Jacksonville? That's right, Pastor. I know you had moved.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yeah, I'm still here.
All right. I actually caught Cat Williams' show. That was so funny. He was talking about Jacksonville like crazy, man. I think he said Jacksonville like 100 times in 30 minutes.
Yeah, he recorded it here, and everything he said about Jacksonville was true. There was not one thing that was not true. So that was legit Jacksonville.
I feel him on that. All right, man. The first question is, who is Pastor KEITHRON Powell, the CEO? Who is this guy?
Oh, that was a question for me?
Yes, sir.
What's funny is, normally when I come on the show, I'm talking about IGARAA, solely about IGARAA and all of those types of things, but I'm actually going to be revealing some things about myself a little bit further. So tonight I'm not here in the capacity as the CEO of IGARAA. Tonight I'm here, an artist. Most people don't realize that I am a producer. I am a playwright, and so I write, I direct, and I do it all. And I do more of the Broadway style musical shows. In fact, I used to travel acting professionally. I won't say any names of who I was with, but I was on the road for a good while, and that's how I actually ended up here in Florida. So that's what I do. So a lot of people don't know that. I actually put that down to help artists. So I've stopped doing my thing to actually see to it that other people's dreams can come true. Mm-hmm. And so that's what IGARAA is all about. But what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my time to go ahead and do some things for myself that I've been working on for some years now. And so what I've done is we're releasing the soundtrack to this play called The Prophecy. But I'm doing it in a very strange way. And what I'm actually going to do is we're actually adding the script to the track. So you'll actually be able to get it. And you'll be able to get that. And we'll go into that. But who am I? I'm a playwright. I am a producer. I am a musician. Play a few different instruments. I actually sing, and a few other things. So that's kind of what I do. But I mean, y'all, I've been on here before, so y'all know who I am.
That's right. He's actually was our Man of the Month for Next Man Up, which a lot of the ladies that listen to the show follow that program with Pastor Dr. Paul Kelly. So we just want to let you know he was, and we really appreciate that, man. You definitely earned that title. I mean, you've done so much for so many people, and you're definitely the next man up. So we appreciate you, man, and we love you very much. And thank you for what you have done. And a lot of people don't know you are very, very important reason why Positive Power is where it is today. Very important, probably like number one on the list why this station is doing so well, why it exists. So thank you. My family thanks you. All right. For all that said,
man, you're welcome.
Now we're going to get Joyce White to ask the next question. She's funny. I caught you up.
Okay. So he said he came on the show to talk about himself as an artist. Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing music, and what do you like about doing music?
Okay, I started playing. This is weird. This is so weird to be this guy now.
I know it's been a while.
I'm normally like working with these guys. Now I'm that guy. I started playing. My first instrument was clarinet. I started playing that in grade school. So I played clarinet, then I played trumpet, I played violin. Then I eventually moved to drums and then piano. And So right around when I was about 16, 17 years old is when things really started to make a change for myself. Just being a church musician, playing drums mostly. I never liked to play piano in front of a bunch of people, but I started doing that. Now it's just in church. Now as far as being an artist, I'm a little bit different from the average artist in that I'm not the artist necessarily that's going to put out the CD. I'm the producer, the playwright, the guy that's going to produce this make this production, and then bring all of these singers and actors and dancers together and put them on stage to do this Broadway style production. But as it relates to music, I've been writing. I wrote my first song when I was about 16, and I had a keyboard. I got a keyboard, and 30 days later, I had written my first song, and it was totally horrible. But you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to get a Grammy. But it was the worst song I've ever written. And but from there, I just kept going and kept writing and just watched God do it. And so, like for this show, I've written songs for other people. There's a song that I think Royce plays all the time, which is "Freedom" that's featuring Coretta McQueen. I produced that song for her, and wrote that. And I also did all of the mixing, the mastering, everything about that song is me. So I do all of those different things. I do everything in the studio, from engineering to whatever. So I guess as an artist, I'm an odd artist in that I do a lot of different things, from production to singing or whatever, but also stage and drama and all that kind of stuff.
Amen.
Oh, there was another part. You asked me, what do I like about it? For me, because I write plays, for me, what I love the most is when I do musicals, when I do music for a play, I'm able to write a song in such a way that I'm trying to direct the person in a way of thinking, in a way, get their mindset, their mental to go down a road that I want them to go down. And that comes from the song itself, not just the music, but it's the music, it's the lyrics, it's the scene, it's the lighting, it's everything that I have to take in consideration when I write a song. So, and when we get to some of these songs, I think you guys will see it. I sent 2 songs you'll be able to hear, and you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But I like to write and understand music as a emotional creator, in that I want to take my music and in that minute or 3 minutes or whatever it is that I have your attention, I want to musically, instrumentally affect you emotionally to get something out of you. And then lyrically, I want to support that emotion that you heard musically and bring something out of you and get your mind going in the direction that I'm going. And I love that. That is a challenge. And I love to do it.
All right. Now you got the next person up is actually you're an artist. I mean, are you a musician, Shay? Do you play instrument?
No.
Okay.
No. I in my head, air guitar, air keyboard, air drums.
Air drums, that's me.
So on, yes.
You're a full band, a full air band.
For real. See, you'll be killing it. Do a video on that. We should do a video on that. That'd be fun.
We can the next time I'm in Baltimore.
That's right. All right. That'd be different.
But yes. So no, I wouldn't say just Christian artists, contemporary Christian artists, but I will say that it is definitely an honor for me to be on the line with you, interviewing you, and just really absorbing you. And I will tell you this, and so that you understand that what you put out to the world, whether you realize people are paying attention or not, I actually bumped into your page probably about 2 weeks ago. I was seeking some things as an artist, and I was asking God to just reveal some things to me about the business. And I stumbled upon your page, and I was sitting on my couch. I didn't realize it until tonight that it was you that we were interviewing. But I sat on my couch with my notebook that's still sitting on my couch from 2 weeks ago and a pen, and you were going through what or how to promote on social media. And so I was writing this stuff down, and my husband was very irritated with me because I was doing this for 2 hours. So I was going from one video to the next, and I'm going to tell you why I sat for as long as I did and why I continue to study. Again, I love how God brings this thing back around. But the one thing you said was, I can tell you this over and over and over and over again, but the truth of the matter is you probably aren't listening anyway, and you probably won't do it. Do you remember that video?
I say it all the time. Yes, I remember that. I say that all the time.
And so I said, I love how blunt he is, and I love how he challenged. So I'm the type where if you say I won't, I will.
All right, dear.
So,
all right.
So I sat there, and just because of those words, out of everything you said, I sat there and I took it and I challenged myself to make sure that I do, even though I didn't know who you were, what you do, what you say to do. So whether you know it or not, you didn't meet me before and I haven't met you before, but I look forward to connecting with you. But I've been watching you for the last 2 weeks without knowing who you are, and here I am interviewing you today. So God bless you for that.
Wow. I didn't know you did.
So with that being said, what challenged you in this world today of artists, independent artists, to begin with so many people trying to, and I'm going to use this for lack of better terms, but make money off of what you bless and sow into people? What made you create videos or want to create a video that would do what you're doing for independent artists to grow?
Okay. Now let me put back on my IGARAA CEO hat back on.
That's right.
Actually, it's twofold. First of all, I'm not telling anybody to do something that I haven't done. Okay, I'm not telling you the things that I talk about are things that I know to be true because I actually did them myself. So that's number one. Number two is I am just like everybody else. Everybody's out here trying to make it. Okay, but in my capacity as the CEO of IGARAA, my job is I've created this business to work with artists. And so these are just, when I'm giving those videos are really just snapshots of the types of things that I actually talk to artists about. Those are not even, those are really just outlines of what, when someone becomes a member of IGARAA, then they actually get to talk to me personally and I go deeper. Mm-hmm. And so those videos are overviews. There's no information there. It's great information, but there's even more to it. So the good news is what I say, if you did what I said, it will work. But we just get deeper. So I do this because what started the company was merely this. I was ticked off. Most people say, you must have been in prayer and the Lord spoke to you. And nope, I was mad. Mm. And I was mad because I was at an event and I was watching gospel artists come to me because I had a radio station at the time.
Right.
Most people may remember iGospel Music Radio.
Yeah.
iGospel Music Radio, that was us. And we were at an event, and it must have been 20 artists, if not more, coming to us complaining about how they were being treated at this event by the people that ran the event. Mm. And the more I watched what was going on, and more other radio stations started coming to me with complaints, and this had been happening over time. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Mm-hmm. On an 8-hour drive, my wife and I sat and we fussed and complained for 8 hours. But the thing about me is, as a preacher, as a pastor, I always teach people, the very thing that gets you upset and that you start to complain about, 9 times out of 10, if you're complaining about it, God has placed in you what's needed to fix it.
Wow.
And that's why you're so upset. You can see what needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And you're wondering why everybody else won't do it and why they're doing everything wrong, why they're taking advantage of people, why they're lying to people, why they're putting them on programs that really ain't going to bless them or help them or do anything. Why are you doing this? Just to get that money. Mm-hmm. I understand exactly what it is. It's literally just to get that money. So we in an 8-hour drive, we came up with the Independent Gospel Artists Radio Alliance. So IGARAA was born out of anger, watching people. As one person told me, I was righteously indignant. I was mad at what was happening to the people. And so I said on the 8-hour drive, my wife and I, we went, somebody can do better than this. And as we continued to drive, we talked about all of the changes that needed to be made, the things that needed to be done. And we said, shoot, well, I can do that. Mm. And by the time we stopped the car after that 8-hour drive, not only was the name of the company created, but we had already started making phone calls and asking questions of artists and other stations saying, hey, if there was a company that did this, what would you do? And by the time I got home, I had 10 artists ready to sign up, and we hadn't even put anything on paper yet.
Wow.
So that's how the independent gospel artists rate. That's how Jerry Royce ends up with music. That's how Jeffrey Moore in Orlando ends up with music. That's how Tina Hobson ends up with music. That's how all of these other people end up with music. And that's how our company goes from when we started with 20 radio stations on our list that we were delivering music to, and no artists, to now we have 200 artists as members of our organization, and we have a radio distribution list well over 10,000 radio stations strong, AM, FM, and internet.
And I'm gonna tell you,
that's how.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, and I got to get back to doing what I was doing when I was sending people to you, because it's frustrating as a radio person getting music from artists, and when you load it to the player, you don't know who it is. You don't know the title of the song, who the artist is, and you're trying to promote them. That's the reason why we do
all the
this.
metadata's off.
Yeah, nothing's there, you know. So,
and this is the thing, we fix all of that stuff. We work with artists, and like I say, we're going. I knew we were going to talk about IGARAA, but we work with artists to help them do the. Our company we're like a label without being a label. We don't want to own anything. We just want to do the work.
Right.
And so, yeah, there are fees and there's money involved in it. But there are some things, there are some freebies. There's some things like my videos. Some of those videos, I'm doing videos all the time, and those videos end up in our actual library. There are other videos in our library that are members-only videos, things that where I go in detail with things that only members can see, where I really break down how to do certain things. But that's members-only stuff. So yeah, those, you know, and I hope I'm trying to remember that question, everything about your question. But yeah, this is how we got started. This is why I do what I do. And like I say, the videos that you saw, those are the freebies, and they don't even get, we don't even get started there. And I challenge everybody, and the reason I can do that is because I've done multiple I do seminars for artists where we get down and dirty with it. And I tell them the same thing. I say, if there's 100 people in the room or 10 people in the room, it doesn't matter. 99 of y'all ain't going to do it. I can guarantee you're not going to do it.
And look, when he said that, when he did that one on Facebook, on social media, when he was saying people wondering why they only see 100, maybe 200 people coming to, you know, check out their video or whatever. He said, because you guys don't visit your friends enough. That's the reason. So I was in there just clicking away.
True. It's the algorithm.
Yeah, I was in there clicking away.
You don't know how those algorithms work. You don't manipulate them. Because I have to remember, because I do so much, I have to remember go and manipulate them.
Yeah, you do.
But I know a workaround, so I don't have to worry about it. Because I'll say this, and you know, and then we can get back to the other stuff. But the bottom line is this: your Facebook page is useless if you're a business owner or an artist. It is completely useless. And the reason is your Facebook page is full of friends. And I keep trying to explain this. My background is in retail sales, in management, and training, and sales. This is what I did in the secular. And what I discovered, I see it when I deal with artists. Your Facebook page is exactly like somebody coming to your store saying, I'm just looking.
Yep.
And I always ask people, do you want a store full of people just looking or people just buying?
That's right.
If you only have a Facebook page and not a Facebook fan page, you have a people just looking. They will click like, they will do everything. The only thing they're going to do is pull out their wallet. But if you have a fan page, you can make money. This is where the money is. But the key is don't start inviting all them friends over to the fan page. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Because you just invited all of those people that wasn't buying on one page to your new page. So you have to build it. You have to build it organically. You have to do it. And there's processes that are so simple to actually building that page, and it can turn it into money. And I keep telling everybody, and I say this, I don't think I said it in the video. I'll say it here. 2014, you ain't gotta believe none of this works. But in 2014, I made over $5,000, and that's the only year that I ever talk about.
Yeah, I feel you. And you're absolutely right, because I know when I was working with the Blessed Network, they proved that fan page does work. I remember we had Anthony Avery on there, and that dude had 80,000 hits at the end of that night. It was crazy. You know, just doing that concert.
Yep.
So it does work.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, everything you're saying is so true. You know, like you said, people out there on their timeline, you know, thinking their friends are going to support them. Like in our case, most of my friends are people we do business with. I don't really have that many friends, real friends that's on it. They don't even know how to use it. But
right.
So basically, I'm just entertaining, you know, people we're doing business with this. And then you try to move them over on your business page, and then other things that you're doing. You know, it's more like for communications. But the real business is on the live feed. This is just how you communicate with people.
The main thing to understand is that if you look at, and I'll be through, but if you look at it like this, Target has a fan page, Walmart has a fan page, and there's a reason why they have that fan page. Why do they have those fan pages? Because every time you click that button, Walmart, Target, and all of these stores have access for free to 2.13 billion people. Yep. Every time you click that little blue F on your phone, you open a window with access for free to over 2 billion people. Right. And you worried about the little 5,000 on your page.
Yep. Because you ain't going to never get that.
But your fan page gives you access to 2 billion people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here. I'm almost. I had to mute. I'm over here saying, "Come on."
I mean, I'll say this. I keep saying I'm gonna be done with this because I gotta get. I'm an artist. I'm trying.
That's right. We gotta get your music. That's
well,
right.
I was actually asking you as an artist, though. I was asking you, you know, pretty much how do you know, you are an artist and you're sharing the love. So yeah. So
see, I look at it. Remember, I started off by saying this. I stopped being an artist. I stopped doing everything. I stopped producing. I stopped doing anything. For the past 3 years, I've been focused on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 years, I've been focusing on everybody else. But there's things that I learned before that I knew, and I stepped back and I went, these people are making mistakes. As a distributor, we own a distribution. IGARAA, most people don't realize that we are a distribution company. We deliver music. You know, most people, everybody go to CD Baby. They go to TuneCore, they go to Mongo, and all of these other places. Well, IGARAA is the exact same thing as CD Baby. I can do everything that CD Baby does, literally.
Mm-hmm.
We are them. We do what they do. We're in competition with them. But we do things that they cannot do. You know, so 3 years ago, they didn't have radio. Now, all of a sudden, they got radio. I wonder why they started delivering the radio. I wonder why that happened. I mean, we can just speculate, but I'm just saying. But the bottom line is we have a way of doing things that no one else is doing. And I stopped doing what I do to help you guys. But again, I have to look at this from the way my secular background is. And I started to see as a distribution company, that means I pay royalties. As a matter of fact, today's Thursday. Tomorrow, royalty checks will be going out to artists that are on our service that have made their money. They're going to get their money tomorrow. I'm going to be sending out checks tomorrow. But I've learned, what's funny is this. When we first started doing this, we weren't giving out a lot of checks, and we weren't giving out a lot of money.
Mm.
Well, I started taking a more of a lead role in teaching this information to artists over the past year and a half. We're giving out a lot more money now. People are making more money, and we're paying out a lot more money. And that all comes from my secular background. I understand retail sales and retail sales management, all that kind of stuff, to teach you how to actually move product. Because my thing is this. When it comes to the business, I take off my hat as an artist for a brief moment. I put on my CEO hat. When you talk to me about the business, there's a word you'll never hear me say. You'll never hear me say ministry. I don't ever talk about the music business and use the word ministry. I don't quote scripture. I say strictly business. And here's why. The moment you say ministry, you got to deal with ministry problems. The moment you say business, you only have business problems. I'm trying to teach you how to make money. If I got to teach you how to do ministry, you got a separate set of problems.
You do.
So I don't want to deal with that. You should have that handle when you come to me as a gospel artist. You said gospel, you said artist, ministry should be mixed in there some kind of way. I shouldn't have to deal with that. What you don't know how to do is make money.
Yeah, right.
So my job as a company, my company wants to make money, and the only way I'm going to make money is if I teach you how to make money. So my job is to teach every artist that's a part of IGARAA, if they're smart, they will listen and do what we're telling them, and they will make money in the story. That's what this is all about. That's what my business is all about. Now, can I switch back to being an artist, or do I need to be CEO some more?
All right, let's be the artist now. But we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that, because I didn't get a chance to finish up this, because I was actually looking for the second part of the last video you did. It was like, I got to find it. And I couldn't find it on your timeline for some reason. But anyway, Pastor.
Which one? The second video. I did a second video about distribution hell.
Yeah, where you put it
I asked
at?
the question,
I couldn't find it.
I asked, is your distribution hurting you?
Yeah, did you delete it? Because I couldn't find it on your timeline.
No, it's out there. It's out there. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's so simple. But most people never miss it. Your distribution is hurting you. It's your fault. It's something that many artists do that they need to stop. The video's on my page. My page is public, so you can easily go to my page, find it. Even if we're not friends, you can see everything on my page. My page is always open and private. I never said anything to private.
All right, Pat, you ready to set up this song, Crucify Him? Because that's the one I want to hear.
Okay.
But we're going to play both of
them. Okay, well, this is going to be good. Let me explain what this is. Now, Crucify Him is from the show itself. Now, let me explain the show. The prophecy is about the life of Christ. If you know what a passion play is, we actually do the whole story of Christ on stage. We crucify Christ the whole night. So we go start from his birth, and we go right through the crucifixion. But what I've done is I wrote all of these original tunes and I wrote 23 songs for this entire show. Now, unlike most plays that especially black plays that are musicals, they don't have many of them don't have original music. And many of them they have a song in the middle of the scene. What you're about to hear is an actual scene set to music. This would be done live on a stage, but this scene takes place in Pilate's court. So this is when Caiaphas and the Pharisees and the people come to accuse Jesus, and they bring Jesus out, and Jesus is there, and Pilate is there, and so you got Caiaphas, Jesus, and Pilate. And here's the cool thing. I'll give you all a warning up front. All of the voices that you hear talking, they're me. I'm playing all of the parts.
Wow. Ooh. Awesome.
So go ahead, kick it.
All right, here we go. I can't wait. So tell you what, we're going to go right into the second song also. Okay, and then we can talk about that. Tell us. All right, here we go.
Yeah, talk about that. Cool.
Why have you summoned me, Pilate? This man is a malefactor. He threatens Rome. I assure you, this man is no threat to Rome. What would you have me to do with him? He should be killed. Really? Yes, he has all of Jewry in an uproar with his saying, Caiaphas, by that rule, I should have you killed. Pilate, this man is an enemy of the state. An enemy of the state, is he? Yes. What then shall I do with this Jesus? Take him to take this man and judge him according to your law. You know very well that it is unlawful for us to put any man to death at this holy time. Oh, so you have a problem and now you want Rome to handle it for you. Yes, even Rome can serve a purpose. Well, what would you have me do with this Jesus thing? Nail him to a tree. Jesus, art thou the king of the Jews? Sayest thou this thing of thyself? Or did others tell it thee of me? Am I a Jew? Thine own nation and the chief priest of your nation have delivered you unto me. Now tell me, what have you done? My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight that I would not be delivered into the hands of the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. It's his body. A king, then, thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness of the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hears my voice. Truth? You dare to speak to me of truth? Caiaphas, I find no fault in this man. No fault? Pilate, are you mad? We want to see him die crucified. Raising your voice at a servant of Rome might suggest that you're mad. Now keep your place. You Jews have a custom that I should release one unto you at the Passover. Will ye therefore that I release unto you this King of the Jews? Pilate, you cannot release this criminal. We indeed have a better idea.
Give us Barabbas and kill Jesus for blasphemy and heresy. He meant to be the Son of God, the one promised, the Messiah, and he should die on Calvary. Between two thieves, you are the worst. Your name be cursed from this day on. We will be rid of Jesus, who challenged your throne. Hallelujah. Because of him, he will be dead, he will be gone, he'll be no more, and we won't have to hear his name anymore.
Caiaphas, I wash my hands of this man, but you can have it. But first he must be scourged. He's yours.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, Pastor. Yeah, this in here jumping, man. Oh, I'm on the wrong browser. All right, let me open it up to questions. Ladies, did you feel the hype, especially that last song?
Yeah, that last song grabbed my feet.
Yeah, boy. But you got me on that first one, Pat. That definitely sounded like something for a play. Is that opening the play or something going on?
No. That's Pontius Pilate. That's in the second half of the play. We're almost at the end of the show. In fact, the second song actually is a song, if you caught the words, that song is written about the woman that was caught with the issue of blood. In the scene, Jesus is talking to the Pharisees. I'm not issue of blood. I'm sorry, caught in adultery. And they bring her to him and ask him, what should he do if you know the passage? They're trying to trip him up, see what he's going to say. and he kneels down and starts drawing in the sand. And then the whole crowd, everybody starts to sing this song at Jesus. And he's just writing in the sand the whole time. So they're saying, tell us, what are you writing in the sand? You're not answering this question.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that's about.
Wow, man, you're so creative, man. It's scary when you're creative like that. I remember when you did that video when you did all those different parts. That was amazing. I don't have that kind of patience.
Well, yeah, when I was singing and did all of that.
Yeah, a lot of patience. Well, a lot of free time. All right.
No, it's just time. You just got to be creative. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But what we're doing, so you understand what we're doing, we're going to release this soundtrack. But this soundtrack is a prelude to what we're going to do. We're taking the actual script of the play. As you can see, that one scene called "Crucify Him," her Pilate, and all of them talking with Jesus, and going through that. But what happens is there's a lot of different songs. There's ballads, there's duets. I got so many people, some great artists from Texas to Jacksonville. We got a guy who moved to Atlanta. He's in Atlanta now, named Rashad singing. He and I do a duet together. We do a duet where he plays Peter, I play Judas, and I kind of came up with the concept, what if they met right after Peter denies him and Judas sells him out? So there's a duet with them. There's another song. The lady that sings Freedom is actually the one that was singing a song that you just heard. That was her at the end of that. Mm-hmm. She does another song called The Hymn, which is the woman with the issue of blood. She sings that as well. There's some really, really great singers. Tashara, I think you have her music. Jerry.
Yeah.
Tashara is singing on there. Mm-hmm. She plays Mary. She plays Mary on here. She sings a song. And then there's a bunch of voice actors that came in. And what we're actually going to do, like I said, we're bringing the script in. And once we did this and put it all to script, everybody that has heard each song, especially back to back, they say you can literally see it in your mind. And so what we're doing, this is part one, where we're going to release the whole play in this fashion, where you'll literally be able to just sit and listen to the entire play. But what we're going to actually do is go back, and I'm going to take the whole entire New Testament and set it to music. We're going to write songs, we're going to have voice acting, and we're going to put it out as a gigantic musical, but only in audio form. Mm-hmm. So that's the goal. That's where we're going from here. So this is the first step. We've done it. We know we can do it. Now we're going to go back and drop the entire New Testament in chronological order. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
I remember seeing you when you had a lot of promotions going on. I think it was like right before the hurricanes and stuff hit. You was doing a lot of promotions on this play that's supposed to be happening in April, mm-hmm. right? Like around the first week of April.
Well, we're not going to do the play. Everybody, see, the problem that we have is that everybody that knows it's a play started talking about it as a play, and we're trying to get people to understand we're not dropping the play. To understand, because I do Broadway musicals and the way this show is set, when I did this show before, I had 125 people involved. Wow. At one point, there was one scene where I literally had 100 people on stage dancing and singing. Mm. So we're not doing a play right now. I can't do that right now. But what we are going to do is release the soundtrack in this fashion, so that everybody can experience the play, and eventually we will do the play. So we do want to go back and actually do the prophecy. So yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. But that's going to drop on Good Friday. Mm-hmm. The pre-sales are going to start on my birthday, March 13th.
Amen.
So the pre-sales will start on my birthday. The actual track will drop on Good Friday. That's what we were talking about. We did want to do a special musical version of it, just the songs were live for Easter, but we kind of backed away from that because I just have too many things going on with this company that I work for called IGARAA. It really sucks up a lot of my time. And we've been doing, and you're right, we did a lot of advertisement back then, and we stopped for a minute. But we are doing more. I'm in the process of finishing up a documentary about the show and about what the actors and different things in it. So everybody's talking about it. So we're finishing that up, and that's going to release. It should release in the next 8 days if everything goes to plan. So that documentary will be out. We're just going to release it. We're not going to push it to Netflix or anything, which we could as a distribution company, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to release it to YouTube and Facebook and things like that, and just let everybody see it. And you'll get to meet some of the actors and some of the singers and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, now, I'm sorry, Joyce, you got a question for Pastor? Could we run out of time? I want you to get your question in.
Keep asking all of them. I was like, well, maybe he hasn't asked this. Okay, I was going to ask because you're saying that you're busy. How do you balance between doing the IGARAA and then, you know, keeping yourself going as an artist?
Well, honestly, let's back up. I started officially writing this show as far as all of the music that is currently here. I wrote it in about a 6-month period, about 8 years ago, but I didn't do anything with it. I just kind of backed away from it and set it all to the side. I started doing so many other, life kicks in. You got to work, you got to do this, you got to pay bills. And if you don't get invested, you know, someone said, well, you could have got invested. Yeah, that's easier said than done, especially when there was a recession going on.
That's right.
But the thing is, again, like I said, when we started the company, I had to set all of that aside. I had to say, I'm not an artist, I'm a CEO. But I just kind of feel like now I need to do this. I have to do this for me. I have to release this for me. It's not about anything other than for me. I've been I wrote this music so long ago. I did the play back in 2003, and some of the songs 5 of the songs that are in this were written back then. So you got all the way back to 2003. How you do the math on that? And so you got songs that were written in 2002, 2003. And then we wrote more. I wrote new songs. Life took all kinds of turns and changes, and so a lot of stuff happened. So for me, this is I got to get that W. I got to get that thing that thing out that says, you know, even though I'm working for everybody else and trying to help everybody else's career, when I sit back and look at what I'm doing, you know, everybody goes, man, you're doing a great job. You know, you did this, like Jerry said earlier, you know, it's not for you, it's this, that, and the other. But when I sit back and look at my accomplishments, I have a hole, and I got to fill that hole. And I got to do that. I got to take time to say, this is for me. And I haven't been doing it. I've neglected me to help everybody else. I've sacrificed my desire, my dream, and the thing that keeps me up. And I tell people all the time, you know, people ask me, I want you to produce a song for my, you know, CD. And I tell them no, and they don't understand. I say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to produce songs for anybody anymore. That's not what I want to do. Can I do it? Yeah, I can do it, but I don't want to. I need to do the thing that I want to do first. Once I get that done, then I can come back around the corner and maybe we can talk about producing songs for people. But for myself, you know, as far as me producing. Now, we got other producers that I normally just pass them off to my other producer friends and let them handle it. But the answer to the question is, this is about me. You know, I had to step back and say, I've been selfless for a very long time, and now it's time for me. It's not about being selfish. It's about saying it's my turn.
Yes, it is. All right. Good question, Joyce Faith Walker White. Shay Sims. You got a final question for Pastor?
Yeah, I do, and I have to end with this because we're only in 2018, so I'm looking all the way down to like 2022. What's next?
For me?
Yes.
Okay, no, watch this. I'm going to ask you a question so I know how to answer. Are you talking to the artist or are you talking to the CEO?
We solely talk. The artist flows into the CEO. So
no,
I'm going to put it back on you. I'm going to put it back on you.
Okay, I'll answer. Yeah, they're two separate people. I keep them. They operate differently. As an artist, 2022, I want to be. My goal is to have my play on Broadway. I want to crucify Jesus on Broadway. I want to do it in a way that references him and not makes fun of him like so many other plays I've done. So my goal is to do, when I did my show back in 2003, just so you understand, when I did The Prophecy back then, 2-hour musical, 15-minute intermission, 2-hour musical, 125 people involved, 100 people on stage at one time, all of this singing, acting, dancing, and all of that. When it was done then, on the end of the opening show, 40 people got saved. And that's what I'm used to doing. I'm accustomed to doing plays, not where people laugh and leave and say, oh, my God, that was awesome. I'm accustomed to going out to the tour bus and laying hands on people because they don't want to go home. They want to talk to. I don't sign autographs. I pray for people. I'm laying hands on people, and there's bodies on the ground as God is moving through what they just saw on stage. So 2022, I need to be on Broadway, in the middle of Broadway, with bodies blocking traffic and watching people give their life to Christ. That's what I want as an artist.
That's right.
As a CEO, as a CEO, I hope to be by 2022 trying to launch my IPO for IGARAA. I want to see artists blowing up. See, I don't think the way everybody else thinks. I think that most people don't realize this, and this is why I say that as an artist, I'm separate from a CEO. As an artist, I'm going to talk to you about ministry. As a CEO, I'm going to talk to you about making money. And one of the things you ain't never seen is a Fortune 500 church. You ain't never seen a church traded on NASDAQ. You ain't never seen a church traded on the stock exchange. You ain't never seen that. You ain't never seen a ministry traded on there. So I'm not trying to push a ministry that way. I'm trying to build a business where there's an IPO and it's $1 billion business, and artists are getting the services that they need so that they can see their careers go forward. So, yeah, 2022, if I had to look that far ahead, that's what I want. Will I be able to do it in that time? Only time will tell. But that's the way I see it, and that's why I do the things that I do, and that's why some of the moves that we've made, as an example, we canceled our award show for this year, and everybody's asking me why. You'll see. There's a reason why. We don't do anything without there being an actual reason, but we have a legitimate reason. When we bring it back, it's going to be completely different. There's a lot of things about IGARAA that's about to change. There's a lot of new stuff that just came that's getting ready to be launched that everybody's going to see, because we have a secular side to our business. So we're bringing the secular side under the IGARAA name. We're making a whole big change to our company to make things happen so that we can grow. Why? Because I want to have an IPO. And for those of you who don't know what that is, you'll literally be able to go to your stockbroker and buy stock in IGARAA, and hopefully your stock will make you money.
That's right. That's right. Get that started. Startup. A lot of us
Well, it all starts with a vision to say, first of all, it starts with understanding what that is and understanding how your company has to be built and how it has to be a company, and how the hardest thing that I think I have as a business owner is getting church folk to see this as a business and not as a ministry, which is why I stopped using pastors so much. Especially when I'm CEO, I'm CEO. When I'm ministry, then I'm pastor, and I have to keep those two separately. And I see that because I see the downside to it, because oftentimes when people contact us and they come to us, they want us to do things ministry. Watch this. You want it free. You want everything. Those people want everything free. And I'm a firm believer that the free ministry in church, the free ministry in business is dead. It's just of the devil and needs to be rebuked, because you can't do business without money. And somebody got to pay for that thing that's free. Somebody's got to pay for it.
That's right.
Because nothing is actually free. Somebody has to pay for it.
That's right.
So I have to figure out how to grow a business, change a mind, create an awareness in the industry, if you will, that we are not like any other company on earth. We don't have anybody that's like us. There's nobody doing what we do. And to understand that we have a product that we can work with gospel, we can work with secular, and we can help every last one of those artists reach the goals, whatever their goals are. And in some cases, we may even push you even further. There are some things that are happening with artists that Terry Renson. Because of us, she ended up with a television show. From there, now she's got a recording contract and a record deal, all from starting with us.
Yeah, she's secular now.
And she will tell you that.
Yeah, I talked to her.
Huh? Yeah, she's secular now. Yeah. And what's funny is when she and I talked about that, and I told her she should do it.
Wow.
Now, that's another conversation as to why I told her to do it, but I explained to her why to do it and how to do it so that it's not a negative and not a black eye to the church. But I think I will say this, I think more gospel artists need to consider going secular. And I know that just sounds taboo when I say that because people don't understand, but the Bible said, let me bring in a little bit of word, is that the healed person doesn't have the need of a physician. If you're whole, you don't need a physician. But it's the people that are sick. And too often the church folk are so busy in the church laying hands on each other and healing healed people. You're anointed in church, but Ray and Pookie ain't never felt no power from you because you're scared of them. And so we need to be rubbing elbows and we need to be out there. We don't need to be dogging Kirk Franklin and dogging everybody else when you ain't doing nothing but sitting on the sideline running your mouth. You need to be out there busting the move.
You're preaching now.
You need to be out there. Jesus sat with the publicans and the sinners. He did not sit with the preachers and the deacons and the bishops. He sat with the publicans and the sinners. He usually was in an argument with the bishops and all of the other people. But when he was doing ministry, he was with the publicans and the sinners. If you want to do ministry, take your singing anointed self, get your behind out the church, go out to the streets where the real ministry is and drop it. Why do you think I want to go to Broadway? Notice I didn't say I want to go on the road and go to church. I ain't worried about church folks seeing my play. If they come, thank God, support it, do that. But I'm trying to go reach people that need to be saved. I'm trying to go to Broadway where these people don't know Jesus and drop this play on them and get them Christ. I told you 40 people got saved the other time. I'm trying to see if I can get 400, 4,000, or however many saved on Broadway. I'm sorry, I digress.
No, you doing what God told you to do, and that's to deliver His message. Pastor, doctor, man of February man, we really appreciate having you on the show. You just don't know how you touched a lot of people's hearts tonight, including mine. And as always, you're always going to give somebody something, matter you know it or not. You probably thought you beating us up, but sometimes we need it, Pastor. Sometimes we need to get hit in the head a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't be trying to hit nobody in the head, man.
That's all right. It's all right, Pastor. We deserve it.
I just try to say what's true. I just try to tell the truth. I just try to say, look.
No, it's all right. It's okay, Pastor. Sometimes
man.
you got to do that, man. It's all right. Our Father told you to do it. Some people needed that tonight. So sometimes we just be playing too soft, man. This is hardball. It's not softball. So I feel you on that. Hey, look, Pastor, tell you what, man, we're going to go ahead and let you go ahead and give us your final word for the night and encouraging words you have for the people listening to the show and those going to listen to the show. We really appreciate it. Yeah, because I know it's not going to be that often people can get you like this when you're not busy. So, okay.
Jerry, all you got to do is call me. I'm here. I'm there. If you call me, I'm there.
I know I got you twice in 1 month. I'm doing good. Yeah.
Right.
And then you ran off on a meeting, well, so you didn't finish our club meeting. Remember, you had a meeting right after that.
I couldn't.
Yeah. All right, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to, and I couldn't.
Yeah, we understand. But we got you.
Well, I will say this. If I was going to give a last word to anybody out there, I will say this. When it comes to your dream and your vision, people talk about being flexible, but sometimes people miss what flexibility really is. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people chase a dream into a wall and don't realize that wall is not the end, but that wall was actually where a curve started, and you didn't bend. You didn't turn. Sometimes doing what God told you to do means detour. It doesn't always mean straight line. So, and you have to understand that God doesn't always show you the full picture. God gives you, it's like a puzzle piece. God gives you the corner. You think you got the whole puzzle when all you got is a corner, or all you got is a centerpiece. And it's going to take faith. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take perseverance for God to start to reveal those other things. And oftentimes people fail, and people try to say to them, we don't fail. We know we accomplish everything. Yeah, I've been to a few funerals, and I preached a few funerals, and I know that some of them people that died didn't accomplish everything that they wanted to accomplish in their life, because I know them personally. So therefore, I know that not everybody accomplishes everything that they set out to do. But oftentimes, I believe that the reason that we don't accomplish what God has given us to do is simply because we're not flexible. We won't bend. We want it this way because God told us that. But that's not how it was. Listen, I want to do this play, but I can't do this play right now. So I have to do what I can do with what God has given me. And that's where people mess up. Sometimes people want the one thing so bad that they don't see that God got a better blessing just by bending a little. And it's not that you're not going to do what God said, but sometimes God wants you to turn a corner so he can take you around something instead of through something. You ain't always got to kick the door down.
That's right.
Sometimes it's go around. Sometimes it's back up. I tell people the most powerful thing you can do is stop. It's the most powerful thing, but you can keep moving forward. No, you probably need to stop. Because whenever you stop, it gives you the chance to look around. When you're moving forward, if you're driving your car, you're paying more attention to what's coming than what's going by you and what's on the side of you. But it's not till you pull off at that gas station that you notice just how pretty them trees are. It's just you start noticing, oh, that's a new restaurant I ain't never seen before. I wonder if they got good food. It's not until you stop. One of the most powerful things you can do is stop, chill, wait, halt, don't move. Just stand still. We love to say stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, but you won't stand still and see what God is trying to show you because you're so focused on trying to do something. So the most powerful thing we can do is stop. Ask questions. Ask for directions when you stop. Assess your situation. Maybe you need to clean your car or clean your situation. Maybe you need to refuel. Maybe you need to throw some trash out that you've been carrying, and that's why you got to stop.
Amen.
But the most important thing you can do is stop. It's not always in moving forward. Sometimes it's in the power is in the stop. So I would encourage anybody that's trying to do what they do, take a moment, pull off to the side, and just park your car for a minute and spiritually and chill and wait. Because maybe you're going to find something that God wants to show you, and you're going to see something that's going to blow your mind, that's going to make your life easier and take you down the road, introduce you to some new people, a new group of blessings that you would have never had access. You would have drove right by it because you ain't got no sense to stop and chill. So just slow down and stop. Don't stop. People say failure is not an option. It is an option. If it wasn't an option, you wouldn't even know that it exists. So failure is an option, but failure is a stop. If you fail, stop. Reassess, readjust, throw away some stuff, clean some stuff, get some new stuff, and then pick up your tempo again.
That's right.
I applaud failure. Failure is how you learn.
That's right.
So if I could encourage you to do anything, it would be to just slow down and continue to see your vision differently. See if God is trying to bend your will to his will. Because a lot of times what you thought God said, I'm gonna leave y'all with this little simple analogy. Is right out of the book. When Isaac, all of a sudden I'm forgetting people's name. When what's his Isaac's daddy, Abraham, when they went up on the hill, God told him take him up there and kill him. He went up to Mount Moriah. He was gonna kill him. He said, and so he went right on with it. He took him on up there, and he got him up there to kill him. And then when he got him up there, he told him, don't kill him. There's a ram over in the bush.
Wow,
now, here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. God told him to kill him. So watch this. He did what God said. He took him up there to do what God said. But when he got there, God gave him a new instruction. I said this before. Sometimes it's not so much in doing what God told you to do. It's very important that you make sure you do what he's telling you to do right now. Because if he had obeyed what God told him to do, he would have killed him. But he had to listen to the voice of God say, stop, don't do that, do this. What did I say earlier? Sometimes to stop that wall that you're running into is God telling you to make a turn. And if you're not careful, you're going to kill that baby. That's what I was saying.
That's right. Thank you so much, Pastor. That was wonderful. Wonderful. Amazing man, Dr. Pastor KEITHRON Powell in IGARAA, the man himself. You heard about his project. We appreciate you sharing your project, your music. We're pushing for you, and we're looking forward to that project to come out and let us know what we can do for you. Have you and the missus back and help push that project. To me, everything happened overseas for us. That's all I can say. So let's help you do that. All right. Shay, any final words to help Pastor keep Pastor pushing, because he's pushing, but he did stop though. He told us that. Yeah,
I'm tapped out, Jerry.
Yeah, he got us tonight. Joyce, Faith Walker.
I'm speechless.
Joyce still there? You still there, Joyce?
Of course. Yeah, I got one eye open, Jerry. One eye.
I know it is. Yes, I'm off tomorrow, so I was going.
I am too, but I'm driving to Florida.
Yeah, me too. I'll probably see you there. No, I'm going to Virginia. Pastor, thank you so much for hanging out with us on Positive Power. Though it's always a pleasure. And again, let us know anything we could do for you, the artists. And we're going to start referring people back to you, man. It's been a little frustrating the last couple of months trying to figure out what we have here. I'm ready to delete everything.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
And also, we're running.
No doubt, brother. Listen, y'all. Hey, make sure you give our website, man. Make sure you drop that website to them. www.IGARAA.com. Become a member of IGARAA and let us help you get your career where you're trying to go.
That's right. And Pastor, I remember before you and Bishop was helping us with the music video. So you guys still accepting videos from the artists? Are you guys still doing that?
Yes, we are accepting videos. But the dilemma is not all artists are doing videos. We are pushing them to do videos. We still have our company that we work with to get videos produced. But the issue is, it's the artist. The artist has to do it. So, we can't. We're not paying for the video. So it'd be different if I was writing the checks. But that's not happening.
That's right. All right. Now, look, man, we appreciate having you here. And we just dropped this. For those on Spreaker Radio, listen, come on over to the Facebook Live, and you'll be able to grab the website. It's www.IGARAA.com. Okay? IGARAA. Check them out. All right. Let's get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank everybody for joining us on Positive Power Double XI. It was a pleasure having Pastor. If you want to get some wisdom, going out to his Facebook page, that'd be Pastor KEITHRON Powell. That's KEITHRON Powell, and find out so you want to get a chance to see some of those videos. The videos are very inspiring. Sometimes you do forget certain things that you need to do as a business owner, and sometimes you need somebody like Pastor to remind you to do those things. All right, I'm Jerry Royce, live worldwide, Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to check us out on Music Vision. You can find us on Facebook, Jerry Royce Live, or just go out to YouTube and look for Jerry Royce under YouTube. Take care, everybody, and have an awesome weekend. Peace.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XI.
Positive Power 21.org. Internet radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.